Let's be honest. Too many women become friends not because they genuinely like each other, but because they share a common enemy, usually another woman. And too often, our friendships are built around gossip, silent hate, or comparing ourselves to each other, usually over a man who probably doesn't even deserve the pedestal we put him on. Why are we so male-centered in our connections? Why do we bond over hate instead of love? Gossip has become a culture. We sit around tearing down other women as if it makes us stronger. But in reality, it just exposes our insecurities. Silent hate. Pretending to smile at each other, but secretly wishing she fails. That energy poisons not just her life, but your spirit too. And then there's the classic. I hate her because she dated the same guy I dated. Think about that. Why are we letting a man's choices dictate how we treat each other? Instead of pulling each other down, we should be pulling ourselves up. Sad truth is this. When women hate each other, it usually has nothing to do with the other woman, and everything to do with how we see ourselves. We've been conditioned to see other women as competition, for attention, for love, for validation. Society told us there's only space for one queen in the room. So instead of building empires together, we tear down castles out of jealousy. But here's the raw truth. If you see another woman as a threat, it's because deep down you doubt your own worth. Low self-esteem makes every other woman look like an enemy, when in reality, she could be an ally, a teacher, or even a sister. Part 1. Work on yourself. Stop obsessing over who's doing better than you. That energy is wasted. Instead, focus on your own growth, your goals, your skills, your future. When you're busy building your own life, you won't have time to measure yourself against anyone else. Success tastes better when it's earned through your own grind. Part 2. Walk away from gossip. If the conversations you're in revolve around who gained weight, who failed, or who's dating who, that's not a circle, that's a cage. Gossip feels fun in the moment, but it poisons your mindset. Be bold enough to leave that table. Surround yourself with women who talk about dreams, investments, health, and opportunities. Part 3. Stop romanticizing toxic men. You're not obligated to stay with someone just because you've been together for years. Time invested in the wrong person is not a reason to stay. It's a reason to leave. Don't let history keep you trapped in misery. Loyalty to someone who cheats on you or disrespects you is not loyalty. It's self-sabotage. Choose your peace over pain. Part 4. Have boundaries, values, and standards. When you know your worth, you don't allow just anything into your life. Boundaries protect your energy. Standards guide your choices. Values define who you are. Without them, you'll keep repeating toxic cycles. A woman with strong boundaries doesn't need to compete with others. She already knows what she deserves. Part 5. Stop seeing other women as competition. There is no shortage of success, love, or happiness. Another woman winning doesn't mean you're losing. If she's shining, it doesn't dim your light. It shows what's possible. Instead of saying, "Why her?" start saying, "She did it and I can too." Collaboration beats competition every time. Part 6. Build your self-esteem. Confidence is the cure to comparison. When you truly love yourself, you don't waste time hating on someone else. You know your lane, your gifts, and your beauty. Take time to affirm yourself daily. Invest in your mental health and celebrate your progress. A secure woman claps for others because she's secure in her own applause. Part 7. Learn from other women. Every woman you envy has something to teach you. Instead of resenting her, study her. How did she achieve that? What habits does she have? What mindset carries her forward? Use her as inspiration, not intimidation. The women you admire can become silent mentors if you choose to learn instead of hate. Here's the bottom line. The enemy isn't other women. The enemy is insecurity, comparison, and a mindset that tells us to fight for scraps when we were born to reign. So today, make the choice. Stop feeding hate. Stop centering your life around men who don't value you, and start building yourself. Because when women stop tearing each other down and start rising together, the world won't be able to stop us.